What's going on, everybody? This is the blockchain backer bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. Today, we'll take a peek over here at the Bitcoin price chart as the price has fired back up to about $117,000, coming off of Powell's remarks saying that it may warrant interest rate cuts as the Fed proceeds carefully, with rates traders increasing the probability that we will see a rate cut coming on September 17th. This, of course, fired the price of Bitcoin up. Take a look over on the right side of the screen. Green galore over here with Ethereum knocking on the all-time high, just mere ticks away. Over here on Coinbase, it actually got within $19 of touching the all-time high there, after, of course, backtesting that 4-year resistance level that's been holding the price down, dating back to December of 2021. And while this stuff is all fine and dandy and all, and things are looking okay, and the altcoin market trying to stab back at that all-time high one more time, what is the thing that we talk about on this channel the most? Is the most impactful thing that we could need? It is Senor Russell 2000, which did a big fat breakout. And while if we close the week like this, which I doubt I'll even have this video released before the weekly candle closes, and I probably will wait to release it to make sure it does, but it looks pretty obvious we're going to get it this week that we have the breakout happening over here on the Russell. Now, why is that such a big deal? Well, we've shown it many times over and over again of what happens, and a lot of times the cryptocurrency market just doesn't even recognize this as such a big move until like the preceding days and weeks afterwards. But of course, it wasn't just the Russell that did this. We got the Dow Jones Industrial Average to do it as well, and this, of course, has been the talk of the last week as we've been trying to butt up against that. It's been really the only tweets I've put out there on X, or the only posts I've put out there on X, that these are kind of the things to watch for. And Powell's remarks just made the market just go skyrocketing this morning. But we all know that when this broke back there back in November as well, that was the catalyst to get the market moving. And we can overlay total 3 on here to show you what the altcoin market did, right? This is only a 1-day candle. The Russell didn't really do a whole lot after that, but simply the act of breaking out kick-started the altcoin market and the cryptocurrency market to go ripping and roaring from that point, right there on November 6th. And the market just ripped for the next 30 days until December 6th. So that breakout is what kick-started everything to continue going for the next 30 days. Now all eyes are on it to see, are we going to do the same thing now that we've got the bust out, and now that we're about to get the weekly candle close to come in here at the exact same time. And of course, we now have the Dow Jones busting out of here at the same time too. So these are really the big macro things. These are the things that if you watch this channel, you know we pay attention to this the most. And these are typically the catalysts that get this market moving. So we would essentially have to see the biggest U-turn happen here in the next hour and a half for this to not be the case. But I think it's pretty obvious this is how we're going to end up here for the rest of this week, is that we're going to bust out of here. So that, of course, opens up the door for Ethereum to be able to get its move. That opens up the door for the altcoin market to be able to get its move, and really for the entire crypto market. And one of those coins we've, of course, been watching to show this historically is very good for the market is to see Binance Coin continuing to shift its way up. Another new all-time high here for Binance Coin, which was one of those things like, we talked about it in yesterday's video. Like, here's your argument for one side, here's your argument for the other side. And when you have Binance Coin doing this, you have Ethereum pushing up, you have the Bitcoin dominance doing this stuff, and these indicators that are just breaking down in here on the weekly time frame. And as we know, we're going to get it over here on the monthly time frame. It argues to the positive side, but of course we needed to see that happen over there on the Russell. And so you know it, I know it, we've all seen it happen before. When that's happened historically, that is typically the thing that fires this market on all cylinders. It's all one big giant trade in the crypto market and macro markets, and these things happening here are precisely what we want to see. And when we see these things happen in macro markets where there's these expansionary moves happening or these breakouts happening in here, it typically doesn't take too long for the rest of the cryptocurrency market to follow along. And, like we just said, like the things I talk about in this channel, like my thoughts are, man, this thing can like run into September. I know a lot of people think this thing's going to go into November, December, January, whatever. This time's different, super cycles, all that type of stuff. My thoughts have kind of just continued to be like the September timeframe. And not to say that it is, like, not to say that we're starting a 30-day time frame, but like you saw that too, right? Like the last time the Russell broke out, crypto market ran for 30 days and that was it, right? Like if today's your 30-day timer, I'm not saying it is, but if it was, right, what does that put you to? Like September 22nd, right? That'd be appropriate to me. Again, if you're going to put any of your marbles on me predicting time, that's a fool's errand to do, but you could see exactly how it went last time. We essentially had a 30-day run after that happened. And that would be phenomenal. That would be excellent if we could end up seeing that. But we still have some things we have to clear in here. Obviously, we need to see the true expansion happen over here for Total 2 and happen for the altcoin market and all that kind of good stuff. But you know it. You've watched this market long enough for people who have followed the channel. We've shown it time and time again. What's the thing that you have to have? You have to have that and that. And we just got it. And so those conditions are met. And at the same time, you have a free-falling Bitcoin dominance happening in here, with it again setting more new lows today. Binance Coin setting new highs. Ethereum $18, $19 away from the all-time high. So it's an exciting time, and just for whenever you watch this channel, for me to have that thesis of being like, all right, I think we can go to the upside. I think things can work out. There's always the specific conditions that have to be met. That and that Russell. And today was the milestone of getting through there. And the last time that we did this was right back over here in November. And that catalyzed the market to go ripping and roaring to the upside. So that's where we're at. And that's how we're going to head into the weekend. So it's an intriguing time in the market for sure. And for some reason or another, crypto markets tend to take a little bit longer to recognize what happens. But you could see in here, right, there really wasn't much more room that happened here for the Russell after that. But the crypto market just had barely even gotten started yet when this breakout occurred. It was the days preceding that and the weeks preceding that where the market went absolutely nuts. So that condition is met. Now we can sit here and be pretty optimistic. You know, things we talked about in yesterday's video, of course, where if Bitcoin was just producing a little bit of a range in here, or, you know, still working on this stuff in here, and so far without it going down and breaking below 109, all seems okay. XRP, there really still isn't anything majestic out of here to be hooting and hollering about. I think that, of course, would need us to get back to all-time highs, and especially breaking above this level right here. This is where the SEC formally announced that the appeals were going to be dropped by both Ripple and by the SEC, and it happens, of course, right at the 702 Fibonacci retracement level. So, of course, we need to see that level get cleared in order for there to be some like real true excitement. But as you just saw, of course, we've seen Binance Coin going. We've seen Ethereum take out this level. It's already up in here. We're just waiting to see XRP follow suit. But if there's one thing that always gets me excited and always piques my interest, you guys know it. I write about it, talk about it, I'll show you all the charts to prove why. It's breadth. And the Russell 2000 is the key signature of the breadth. And as you can see over here, the Russell 2000 is outperforming all the other indexes, even with the Dow Jones Industrial Average breaking out into the new all-time high. So intriguing, and we'll see how things continue to go as we head into next week for Bitcoin, XRP, the altcoin market, Ethereum, as now the most important conditions are being met, and the weekly candle has done it. So when we head into next week, we'll be watching to see, are we about to get this thing fired off in here as we've now busted out in the same way? So tune in to find out. But all right, that'll be it, guys. I hope that you all have a wonderful weekend. A huge milestone today for this to happen with the Russell. I know I pretty much repeated that over and over again in this video, and that's because we spend way too much time focusing on it, and there's very few times we get to say the Russell just broke out or happened in confluence with the Dow Jones breaking out, right? The Dow Jones has been stuck under here since December. We're now in August, right? It's been 8 months, and we get the Russell to break the last retracement level and close the week, and we get the Dow Jones to break the all-time high and close the week. And historically, that's very good for crypto. So next week, we will certainly be watching with full attention. But all right, that's going to be it, guys. You can check out my newsletter over here at blockchainbacker.substack.com. Was that it? Awaiting the trigger? Powell goes dovish? Might have been. But check the most recent one out. The big moment, altcoins reach highs, await a trigger, Bitcoin dominance, altcoin market, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Russell 2000 flash a major moment. And maybe we just had it. So it's available over here at blockchainbacker.substack.com. I audio record all of these. This most recent one was 26 minutes long. You, of course, get access to all the past ones as well if you sign up over here at Substack. You can also check out bcbacker.com with over 40 videos and 11 hours of content teaching you how to set up your own charts and indicators within TradingView and CoinTrader Pro. There are links within the description descriptions of each of my videos to the newsletter at blockchainbacker.substack.com and to bcbacker.com. Otherwise, have a wonderful weekend, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you could, please like this video and give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified of when I create new content and when I go live. As always, this is not investment advice and I am not a financial advisor, but if you ever need a pick-me-up or a little bit of reassurance, just remember that the blockchain backers got your back. Have a good one.